Okay, my home group. Let's talk about the structure of the performance initiative and what you'd be committing to. What we do is we kick off the performance initiative with a 2-day workshop. So we're going to work together as a work group and as all together. I'll come to town and we be together for 2 days. Those 2 days will probably be something like a Monday, Tuesday, given that this is for real estate agents, something that makes it easier for your calendar and for the burden of what you have to get to make happen. So we're going to have a 2-day workshop that kicks it off. We have not scheduled that yet, but we are going to schedule it soon. So 2-day workshop to kick it off sometime in the upcoming months. Then from there, you're going to meet. What you're committing to is to meet with your group, which will be 7 teams or team leads or 7 businesses, 7 entrepreneurs. 7 of you guys will be paired together as a work group, and you'll be meeting with your group every week. You'll be meeting with me week on, week off, week on, week off, then meeting with the group to accomplish the things that you've been given to accomplish in course form in between. So I'll be on every other one of those, and you'll be meeting with your team every other one of those individually, and you'll have very clear instructions for what to accomplish with each other to make sure it works. You've got to have a pinky swear and a commitment. In the first 2 days of the workshop, of the 2-day workshop, it's very important that you guys get committed to each other's success in an accountable way, but even also fall in love to some extent. This can't be a strictly professional exercise. We've got to have a stake in it. Like, we care about each other in a way that's beyond just merely a professional exercise. We have to care about each other to the nth degree and hold each other to account for a level of greatness that we've never produced before. So then it'll be the 2-day workshop. You're committing to 2 days together, and then being with your team on a weekly basis. Very, very important. You have to be on with your team meetings, The other parts of the performance initiative are going to be optional. So everything else I'm about to say that's available to you in the performance initiative is all optional. There's going to be 2 weekly calls where you can have access to me to be working with you inside of your business and having 10x to over 300 or 400, 600 or 700 companies now. There's a lot of things that will pertain to your business that we might not be teaching yet in the performance initiative. So we're going to do something called a freestyle call. In the freestyle call, you have access to me to work with you on your business in any way that makes sense to you to work on your business. We can work on hiring. We can work on management structures. We can work on sales. We can work on networking calls. We can work on sales efficacy. We can work on your presentation. We can work anything that it takes to produce the upticks that we need in your business. You have access to me right from the beginning of the course on a weekly basis. Of course, everybody else can be on those calls too and benefit from what's going on the freestyle call, but you have access to me on a weekly basis to work with you one-on-one every single week from the time that the performance initiative starts for all 14 months. In the beginning part of a performance initiative, typically speaking, the freestyle call is highly attended by most of the people in the course. By the 12th month, not so much, because we've already produced so many of the results and most of the visions are now completely manifested and realized by the 12th month, and there's not as much on the freestyle call, but there will still be some on there. The second call, this is 2 hours a week. The second call where you have access to me directly is on a topic-based call. There's 26 different topics ranging from personal productivity workshopping to hiring practices, to scalable designs and architectures, to management. There's all kinds of things. A topic will run typically for 3 weeks. For more complicated topics, will run for 5. But we'll be running that topic for 3 weeks in a row. Those calls get recorded and published so that if you can't attend those calls, you can go listen to them later. Again, those 2 calls are optional, but if you want to get the most out initially and you want to see how much you can get out of working with Zanzibar up front and get your business architected and then off to the races very, very quickly, attending those calls will help make that happen, and you can get that done very, very, very quickly. So those 2 things will be happening. Those are completely optional. Nobody's going to be checking attendance. You can attend or not attend. Like I said, in the beginning of the course especially, most people attend one or both of those calls on a weekly basis, and it tapers off from there. There will also be 2 other work days. Highly recommended. Most people end up attending the work days from having done this a number of times. But the work days are where we all get back together. I fly into town and we workshop inside of a couple of different things. It could be inside of Ruthless Implementation. It could be inside of sales efficacy. It could be inside of empowering other people in management, leadership. We could even touch on public speaking a little bit there, depending on how quickly we've gotten people leveled up to stage 2 and then tickling stage 3 of entrepreneurism. But there will be 2 other Saturdays that we schedule, or they don't necessarily have to be a Saturday. It might be a Monday. The other performance issues that I've led of entrepreneurs in general have always been on Saturdays. The real estate agents tends to be on Mondays. So we can do that. We'll do that for two other times over the course of the 14 months, maybe 4 months later, and then 4 months after that. We'll do those workshops, and then there will be a completion party. The completion party will be just kind of like handing out awards, acknowledging people's successes, the people that really went the extra mile, the people that learned the most, the biggest turnaround, and that'll be in the evening. So that'll be on an evening, maybe a Thursday or Friday night, could be even a Saturday night. We'll get to decide on that together, how we want to do the completion party for the Performance Initiative and acknowledge everything that's been done. The major commitments are the first 2-day workshop and then meeting weekly with your group every single week, once a week. Okay, that's all the structure of the Performance Initiative. I'll also send out a handout on the structure of the course, so that people can take a look at that and digest it visually. If you're not an auditory learner, we'll do that.